And Millie, I will be very, very, very impressed if you can spell my character's full name. You know, I want the full title. Go on.
VISCOUNT
Yeah.
TEWKSBURY MARQUESS OFBASILWE.
Ooh.
No? What are you on about? Write it down. I got that right.
Down.
THER Viscount Tewkesbury Marquess of Nazarweather. Did I get it right?
I think I was wrong. I think you were right.
Louis Partridge,
Millie.
I have a question for you.
Okay, I'll get myself ready.
How would you describe Enola and Tewkesbury's friendship relationship?
A friendship relationship. I would describe it as an evolving. So when we first meet them, they're quite, they don't really like each other. So it evolves an evolving, loving, warm, open, trusting, and like supporting relationship.
Obviously, Lord Tewkesbury is escaping his family's traditions and he is a new thinker. What would you say to people out there that are, going through a similar journey as Tewkesbury?
The easiest option is to do what everybody else wants you to do, which is what Tewkesbury probably would have done without having met Enola. But I think you've got to choose the path that's right for you. You've got to take a risk, and you've got to be sure enough in yourself. You've got to trust that things will be right, and you've got to go with your gut and what you, as opposed to what other people want you to believe. You've got to do you. Why was it important for you to bring Enola to life? And what aspects of her personality do you want to portray?
I never had an Enola growing up. I really wanted to be inspired by a female British lead, and this was the perfect character for me to look up to and portray. There are certain qualities to Enola in the book that I was very inspired by and wanted to portray on screen, like her bravery, her will to be vulnerable, her humour, her wit, her British banter, and the love that she has for her mother. And so we really went from the book to the script to then on screen, and those kind of similar traits carried through to the screen.
You even go as far as to break the fourth wall. Why was it important for you to talk to the audience?
It was important because with this film, it felt like it was only right to have the audience come on this journey with Enola and grow with her. And so for me, it was actually a very exciting kind of decision that we got to make. It's also something I've never done before, so it's a bit of a challenge, but it's also not been done before like the way we've done it. So it's also different, and it brings a different perspective into Hollywood's movies.
I agree, well said. I could even add the quote, you've got to make some noise if you want to be heard, which is a personal favourite of mine. Yeah, but Millie, what made you find your voice as a young actor?
I've always admired actors, specifically female actors that have gotten into the activism, realm, such as Angelina Jolie. She works very closely with the UN, and I've always really admired her work with certain charities, and her activist role has been always as admirable as her acting work. So I've always enjoyed watching female actors do that. I also love Audrey Hepburn and her work with UNICEF. So I've always really wanted to find my voice. I also wanted to find something that I felt like I could connect with. So I've worked with UNICEF for a few years, and obviously I'm really grateful that I'm an ambassador now. So I can fully throw myself into working with them directly on helping to fight for children's rights. There are specific things like, young people, young girls having the same education as young boys, helping people in places that have conflict and has poverty. I personally, have fortunately never had to go through that. So, for me to have my education, I should be an educated human being and try and help the people that deserve an education as well. So I've found my voice in that respect, and I think everyone can find their voice once they search for something that they can relate to. After filming this, or maybe even before, did you have a voice? Did you feel like you had anything that you were passionate about, or something that you wanted to speak up about? You know, are you interested in any of that, or no?
Yeah.
It's a very way to ask a question.
I mean, yes, I suppose everybody has things that they personally care about, but I think I'm yet to
Discover.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still pretty young, and I'm still learning, and discovering that, definitely. So I think
that's a prime example of the film. You know, we touch on young people finding themselves, and this is a case of, everyone's finding themselves. I haven't fully found myself, and I'm sure there's going to be, in years to come, things that I care about that are different to now, as well as you. So, we're growing up and we're seeing where this path takes us.